Thank you to our sponsors for sponsoring today's episode. Bake the Cookie Shop, Las Vegas's award-winning cookies with 2 stores here in Las Vegas. Make sure you guys check them out and tell them Destiny sent you. This episode is brought to you by a lifestyle brand and movement, Untard Yourself, a brand that is bringing awareness to veteran suicide and to help unlearn negative traits and labels. Foodie Fit Meal Prep, Las Vegas meal prep made easy. Thanks so much, guys. What's up, guys? This is In the Corner with Destiny McCubbin, and I'm so excited. We are back. We just got back from holiday season, Christmas, New Year's, and I am coming at you guys hot at the beginning of the year. I've got none other than a living legend, Nick Blomgren, in the studio with me today, aka One Kick Nick, aka Master Nick. What's up, Nick? How we doing?
I'm doing great. I'm glad you invited me.
Yes, of course. Thank you for coming. I know you got a lot of things going on. You're training. You got a new gym coming. You're making music videos.
Yeah.
Where are you coming from today?
Today I just came from the gym.
Yeah.
Doing our little training session with the pros, and then I was working with Timmy Kuwamba today, and Cisco Cosio. I got those guys out of the way this morning.
There you go. How's Timmy doing? I know he's, has he got anything coming up?
He was supposed to fight, I think it was February 27th, but they decided to push it because I'm going to be with Chidi at his fight. Okay. So I won't be able to be in 2 places at once.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah, I can do a lot of things, but
when's Chidi's fight?
Chidi's fighting February 21st.
Okay, nice.
In Houston, Texas.
Oh, okay, cool. Nice. Right on. Yeah. How long have you been working with Chidi and Anthony Duquani?
Chidi and Anthony have been working with me, well, I think Anthony was with me since 2008. So I think he was 26 or 27 when he started training with me.
Okay. Nice. So you just kind of watched them grow.
About 17 years, 15 to 17 years, something like that. Yeah, we done a lot of work with him and his brother.
Yeah.
Chidi, coming up.
Yeah, Chidi's killing it right now.
Yeah, Chidi's on fire right now, so he's got some good momentum behind him.
Yeah, I'm a big fan.
And they both just opened up their gym.
I've been seeing something about that. Okay, I didn't realize that it was a separate gym from yours.
Yeah, they got their own little stuff going on. Okay. There's some stuff in the works coming up with those guys. I don't want to give out the secret, but
that's okay.
But they got something big coming up, but they're doing good.
Awesome.
We support them.
Yeah, right on. And you have a new gym coming as well, right?
Yeah.
Or is it already?
Yeah, we're getting ready to do our grand opening pretty soon.
Okay.
About 20,000 square feet.
Yeah, so. I seen online. I seen you post something with boxing rings. That's the whole. That
was a little
gym?
AI.
Oh, okay.
Here, make this look like a boxing gym so I can see what it would look like.
Okay.
We're trying to figure out what we want to do with that other extra 5,000 square feet that we have,
Wow.
We're trying to either do like a conditioning weightlifting side or both. A little bit of boxing, a little bit of weightlifting. But I'll get it figured out. I'm just trying to get the first side all ready to go because it's a gym / stadium. So
you can host fights.
Yeah. So I'm getting all the lighting done. I mean, it's going to be amazing. There's about 15,000 square feet, and I can seat probably 1,500 to 2,000 people.
Oh my goodness!
So it'd be sort of like a Thailand. Yeah. When you go to Thailand, you go to Max Muay Thai. It's only about 10,000 square feet, and they do their shows, and it's a gym as well.
Okay.
So our mats all roll up. They're all numbered. We know right where they go. And then we can turn it right into a showroom within a couple hours. And then we own all of our own chairs and everything. So
that is so brilliant.
I got awesome stuff happening. I got TVs going to be in the back, like 300-inch TVs connected to each other. So it'll be a big video wall. And then in the middle of the ring is a quad TVs. 4 TVs in the center.
Okay.
So you'll be able to see the action.
Above. Almost like a Jumbotron or something.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's like 4 TVs.
That's brilliant. I love that.
Around. So it's going to be exciting. It's going to be probably the most exciting venue.
I mean, what else do we have? We don't have anything else like that.
We're gonna bring Muay Thai back to life.
Yeah.
And then possibly we can get 1 or 2 pro shows a year,
Okay.
and then see if we can get some momentum behind that, because it's so expensive to throw a show in Vegas.
Only or only Muay Thai, or do you think you'll open your doors up for people
probably
to
do some,
host fights?
We'll probably
like
do
cage
some
fights?
MMA as well, but maybe not in a cage,
Oh,
but
yeah,
maybe
in
in
a
a
ring,
ring. We'll just
which is
put the
fine.
5th rope. I got the ring set up for 5 ropes.
Let's go.
So I've done it before, MMA in a ring, and sometimes it's cool in the ring. So
It is cool,
and
yeah.
I'll probably do it in a ring just to be different from everybody else.
Exactly. Yeah.
For now,
I mean, you don't really see that anymore, other than like
Yeah.
Risen
Yeah.
doing that. You know.
and Pride,
Yeah.
how they used to do it.
Yeah.
So I
Exactly.
think everybody does a cage. Why not do?
Be your own. Yeah.
Be our own. And then we're probably going to try and I got to get with the commission, and we're going to try to figure out kids MMA.
Oh.
And come up with
I
a set
love
of
that
rules,
idea.
and that way we can start promoting MMA for kids, for amateurs.
So crazy, like all these things, just like kids MMA is like the evolution of the game. Like
Yeah.
even now, like these kids are so good. Imagine when there's
Yeah.
actual fights for these kids.
And I think if everybody's pushing MMA so much, there needs to be an amateur program for them.
You're right.
So I
Yeah.
need to get with. I'm going to
Instead
get
of
with.
being 18 and then
commission
having to
really
start.
listens to me a lot.
Yeah, I'm sure.
So Jeff's been great. They always have an ear open to when I talk. They listen, because I've been doing it a long time.
Yeah,
So
you've been around.
yeah.
Where's the gym located? Because you were on Sunset. You were like down there on Sunset.
It's on Sunset. Cross street is Pecos. We're right next to
Right by the
Harbor
old one?
Freight. You know where it used to be a Pep Boys,
Okay.
so that's where we're at, inside there.
Okay. Nice. Right
Yeah.
on. When's the grand opening, are you thinking?
I'm
If you don't want to say, that's okay.
I was thinking February, the second week of February,
Okay.
or it could be March. I'm waiting on some construction
Yeah.
stuff, and
Okay.
that's been my drawback. I'm like 3 months behind,
Yeah.
so
I like the concept though, like because there isn't any gyms here that are also a stadium that
Yeah.
are offering that.
we done shows in our gym.
Yes.
as
Yeah.
you know.
Mm-hmm.
But this one is
It's
this
gonna be
one is going
different.
to be top of the line, and it's got full. The lighting will be set up for fights,
Yeah.
so we don't have to rent any lighting. Nothing. We don't have to rent anything.
Okay.
We own the building. We own everything in it. So
Beautiful.
it's
Ready to
it's
go.
going to be top of the line. I mean, it's going to be trial and error too.
Of course.
But I've been making it work for 32 years now. So
Yeah.
actually, this year will be 33 years.
And you've already hosted shows at your
Yeah.
smaller gyms, so it's just kind of
and I
did well.
I've done shows in casinos.
Okay.
But back in the day when I first started promoting shows in '93, I used to get site fees from the casinos. And the funny thing was, in '93 is when I first started promoting shows. It was Mark Ratner was the head of. You see him in the UFC now, but Mark Ratner was the head of UFC. I mean, the head of the commission then.
Okay.
And then I went to him one time and I told him, "Hey, Silver Nugget does boxing every Friday night. Would you have a problem if we did some martial arts stuff at the end of every month on a Saturday? Because they do it on Friday. We could do it Saturday when they still have the ring in there. That doesn't fall under us." So I promoted myself and a few other of the fighters, and we packed the place. And then the boxers told Mark Ratner, "You got to see these guys, man. These guys packed this place. This place is standing room, over 2,000 people in the place."
Wow.
So he came and seen the show, and he came up to me afterwards and said, "Hey, this is too much like boxing. You got to get licensed." I said, "But you told me I didn't have to." He goes, "Yeah, but you didn't tell me they're going to put gloves on and box and throw some kicks." I was like, "Well,
How'd you sell out the place? Like, did you just?
Well, I sold tickets. The fighters sold tickets.
So even back then in '93, the martial arts community was still as big.
Yeah, it was. Well, back then it was like there was no other promotion around.
True. Okay.
So it was me starting it, and then we didn't know what we were. We didn't really know what we were doing. We had different rules for different fights. One fight was Muay Thai, the next one was shoot boxing. The ones that I fought in were shoot boxing.
Okay.
So you could do throws.
Oh, okay.
And then get back up. No, you can do all the different stuff. Mm-hmm. And then one fight would be above the waist kickboxing. So we didn't know what we were promoting. We didn't know
Just go
what
with
we
the
were going
flow
to do.
every
So what style
fight.
do you fight? I like to fight this style. Okay, that fights this style. And then we would get just random guys to, hey, you judge the fight. So we'd have, people that were in martial arts judge fights. They weren't commissioned or they weren't trained or anything. They were just random.
Just people that like
random
fights.
people in the community, in the fight. Like this guy might own this gym. Hey, I need you to come and judge a fight. Or you're a fighter, you judge a fight. So we didn't have any trained judges.
Yeah.
And we didn't have any trained referees. We just say, hey, this style is going to be Muay Thai. And then that's how we started. And then it just started growing from there. And it never meant to be like this. I just figured it was a way for me to get some fights and promote my own shows.
Yeah.
And so then it started becoming real. So then I was like, okay, I got to step back and be the promoter.
Okay.
And then so the hotels liked what I was doing. So one casino would say, we'll give you $15,000 for a show. Do your show, bring your people, because we used to pack it. And then so I started off in some small casinos like the Maxim Hotel. Believe it or not, who got me that deal was Evel Knievel.
Really?
Yeah, Evel Knievel was a friend of my dad's.
My cousin's aunt is married to him.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Evel, he was a big gambler.
Yeah.
And, he had that crazy looking car back then. Mm-hmm. But anyway, he was a friend of my dad's, and he knew the casino host. And he told him about the show, and he was like, you got to bring that show here. So Evel set it up, and we had a meeting, and then we started doing shows at the Maxim, and they were giving us a nice site fee.
Nice.
And then we were doing some pro shows too, and so they would give me $75,000 for a pro show. So, but then years down the line, these other promoters started coming in and backdooring me and saying, "We'll pay you." So then that's when everything started changing. No more site fees. Now all the casinos now charge you to fight. Right. So the last couple times I threw shows was at the Cannery, and another show was at the Suncoast.
Okay.
And then what's the other one on Las Vegas Boulevard?
Silver?
No, not the Silverton. The one further down.
South Point.
South Point. And then I was just breaking even. Like South Point, by the time they tell you a price and then they change, well, they didn't change it. They give you a price to pay, and then at the end they give you the invoice, and then they charge you an extra $1 on every ticket for whatever reason. So it's at the end of the day, I was like, man, we didn't make any money on this show. We just broke even.
Yeah.
So I was like,
all that work
and just breaking even wasn't cutting it. No. So I was like, okay, I'm not doing any more shows in the casinos. So I started doing them in the gym, and then every show was a hit.
Yeah.
I never lost money in the gym.
There you go.
And they would be packed, because I don't try to. Before I used to, I can't say I didn't, but before I used to try to make the amateur shows look more professional, not use that many kids.
Okay.
And then halfway through, I was like, well, everybody's trying to do what I'm doing now. Let's change the concept. Everybody wants to see their kid fight.
Yeah.
So I started booking more kids.
There you go.
And then the grandmas and cousins, and they sell the place out.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I got like one family the last time sold like 200 seats.
Jeez.
And I could only hold 300.
The whole house was for him?
The whole house was for him. It was the best ever.
Yeah. Oh, man. Imagine that, being a little kid walking out to a crowd like that. Everybody just cheering for you. I love that.
Yeah.
How you said this was back in the 70s?
No, 80s.
80s. And you were fighting
80s
back
and
then?
90s.
You were fighting back then?
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Okay. How long you been in the martial arts game?
I've been in the martial arts. Well, I started boxing when I was 8.
Okay.
And then when I was about 12, I got into. I had a friend of mine, and we were like, hey, let's go downtown and check out these Kung Fu theater down on Fremont Street next to the Horseshoe Hotel. There used to be a theater.
Okay.
Just before you get to the Horseshoe, there used to be a theater, and they'd throw Kung Fu fights every Sunday.
Really?
And so we were down there watching fights, and Bruce Lee's movies were coming on, and we used to just love to go watch these Kung Fus. And then we were like, we need to do Kung Fu. So then we found a Kung Fu place in town, and we started training there. And that's how I got into...
Coming up in boxing, like you said, was it weird or hard to transition to Kung Fu? Or
So what happened with the Kung Fu was my instructor, Arthur Sykes, he was an Indonesian. I mean, he knew some different styles, and immediately pulled me out of the Kung Fu classes and said, "You've got a little more than what Kung Fu is going to offer you. We're gonna train you differently."
Really?
So him and Joe Salamone started working with me on how to add Kung Fu to boxing, and so that's when I was like, "Oh, let me start taking some more amateur fights." So I was doing amateur fights just to see if my Kung Fu worked, and I would, trap the arms, and I'd, of course, get called on some stuff.
Yeah.
But some of that stuff was really working, and then what wouldn't work, I just stopped doing. And then, but the damaging stuff, the way they were teaching me the destruction, like a guy would jab, and I would block, I would parry here, but I would hit the arm with my bones.
Ooh, okay.
And then so they stopped throwing their punches. So long. They would try to get them back before I would block them.
Okay, I got you.
So I was like, "Oh, this stuff really works." So,
let's go.
And then
that's the best.
And then my instructor at the time told me, "Your boxing is working really good with the stuff we're showing you. You should start kicking." And I was like, "Oh, okay." And I think I was 12, or I think I was 13 or 14.
Okay.
And so I met Jason Hahn, Taekwondo. So I'd go to Jason Hahn three days a week, and I would box the other 3 days a week. So I was mixing my boxing and kicking together.
Okay.
And then that's how I got into kickboxing.
Okay. Awesome.
And I was in the Army when I took my first kickboxing fight.
And is this all here in Las Vegas? Are you from here?
I'm from here, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Back then I was the only, there was a few guys in town like Master Kahali. He was doing some fights. He had Lavelle Robinson. That's how I met Lavelle. And later Lavelle started training with me, and he became a world champion. And so I was the guy to come to back then. And there wasn't any other gym.
Yeah.
It wasn't until maybe 8 or 9 years later that Master Toddy came to town.
Okay.
And then and I thought that was great. Oh, great. More guys to put on our shows.
Right.
And that's the same thing today, where all these gyms are opening in town and people get nervous, other gyms get nervous, and I'm like, the only thing I'm thinking is, okay, wow, they'll get to the guys I can't get to, and we'll get more guys on our shows.
There you go. How long have you had? So you had your gym in the 70s. Like I read that it's the longest training facility for Muay Thai here in Las Vegas.
So I didn't open. I started training guys in my garage.
Okay.
In like 89.
Okay. Wow.
Actually, 88, 89.
Okay.
We started training in our garage. And I had, at my dad's house, I had a boxing ring in the garage. Now, in like 80, so we put the boxing ring in our garage in like 80, 81.
Okay.
And then back then we used to charge $5 to get in, and we just have different guys boxing. We weren't kickboxing, we were just boxing.
Okay.
You fight him today, and we had it in my dad's backyard. He had like an acre, and we had this one thing that he was going to build a garage on, or a shed or something. It was 20 by 20.
Okay.
So we put a ring.
Wow.
In the middle, we put a ring on this little concrete slab, and then we started selling. We started promoting then, but we weren't.
Always been a hustler.
We weren't organized. We were just thinking, hey, all the guys from school will come and watch each other fight.
Yeah.
And so that's kind of how I started promoting guys. And I'd say $5 to get in. And then so guys would show up, and there would be so many people there watching us bash each other's head.
Right. No doctors, no
doctors,
no insurance, no nothing. Just come in here and get
just come
fighting.
in. You could wear headgear if you wanted to. You didn't have to. And then we didn't even regulate the gloves.
Oh my God.
We were just boxing.
Any size.
You know how kids used to start boxing,
Yeah.
Like you would get together and go to the park.
Oh, I used to do that when I was younger too.
So I just figured that would be a way to make some extra money.
I never charged anybody for it. I'm like, damn, I should have done that.
And then, of course, the police came a few times because we'd make too much noise.
Right.
The neighbors would call, and they'd come and shut us down. And then, but we did that. I did that when I was a senior in high school.
You talk about, how some people have get when new gyms come to the town or whatever, and they get a little their feathers get ruffled. How have you managed to survive every era of the fight game over 30 plus years? You're with having one kick survive.
Well, I just figure I'm kind of a hardcore, old school type guy.
No nonsense.
Like I don't like gym jumpers.
Okay.
So the message is clear from the beginning. I'm not going to be putting up with you gym jumping.
Okay.
So you either pick a gym.
Yeah.
I don't care where you go. I'll still promote you, but I'm not going to train. I'm not going to let you jump back and forth gym to gym. So a lot of my guys know that have been with me for all these years.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, no, I don't want to go over there and get thrown out of Nick's
right.
gym. So
that loyalty.
Yeah.
Created.
But I don't care if other people open gyms.
Yeah. Yeah.
And my guys can go there if they want to. It's easy to leave. It's harder to come back.
That part.
And it depends on how they leave too. Sometimes.
But I mean, you're very well respected. With old school fighters, new school fighters. Like once if people get the chance to work with you, they don't want to leave.
yeah.
Even with the hard coaching.
I'm talking about I'm not talking about the new guys that are popping in, training for a month or two to see if they like it here and go to another gym.
Yeah.
Those guys could probably come back. I'm talking about the guys that I put time into.
Right. Like your fighters.
You've been with me 5 years, and then now all of a sudden you want to jump a gym.
Mm-hmm. I kind of created this, and then you're going to, totally fair.
Yeah, so, and sometimes they move, and I understand that. It just depends. Usually it's the guy that doesn't come to you and say, hey, coach, you're kind of far away from me, and I'd rather train over here at this other. I'll go over there for a while and see how you like it.
Okay.
Because I understand distance because the town has grown so much since I opened,
Absolutely.
So I've survived every era,
Literally, yeah.
So my first official gym opening was 1993.
Wow.
And it was 1,500 square feet.
Where was this at? Is this the one that was by the
Stewart?
airport?
No, this one was at Stewart and Lamb.
Oh, okay. So north.
In the ghetto.
Yeah. You're north side, north town.
That's where I got all those tough kids in the beginning.
Right, exactly. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I started there, and then it grew so fast. So I was like, oh, okay, what do we do now? I'm running out of room.
Mm-hmm.
So then my lease was up. I only had like a 2-year lease or a 3-year lease, and then I moved down the street, and I screwed that gym totally up. I didn't understand commercial buildings.
Yeah.
And I had a pretty decent sized gym. So right in the middle of the project, I had to shut down because I didn't understand what the guy was telling me. So I figured I'm done spending money. I'm just going to close. Mm-hmm. And I was offered a spot over at World's Gym for free to give me the whole space. You charge your fighters, just have them join the gym. So that was a great deal. And I had a boxing gym in the back. So we had a ring, we had a training floor and everything. The only thing is they had to join the gym, and then they had to pay me. So I was there for about 3 or 4 years.
Okay.
And then I outgrew the place, so I had to move. I had to get a bigger spot. So then Dana White and myself had invited me over to this spot right over here on Tropicana and Bond Street, United Champions. And so it was me, Dana White, and Roger Mayweather. So we all had this gym together, and then we was there for like 5 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
Back then, what was Dana doing? Was he training?
Dana had his clients. He had access to this exercise facility, sort of like where all the rich people go.
Okay.
So people we didn't ever see.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
We got the poor people. He got the rich people.
Makes sense.
So he would do a class. Sort of like this Lifetime Fitness place. He would do a class there, and he would hold a class, and then people would take his class, And then they
What
would.
was the class?
It was like a boxing aerobics or boxing, sort of
love-
like a boxing class.
I'd love to be a fly on the wall for that.
Yeah, and then he had all these rich people
Mm-hmm.
training, and Fatitas and
Yeah.
and all those guys that he had, and then they would go do privates with him at our gym. So
Okay.
he would laugh at me because I'm over there struggling and giving guys free and
Yeah.
trying to keep the gym open. Remember, I worked at a strip club, so I made big money.
Yeah.
So I never cared if I made money with
I
the
got
gym.
you.
And that was like that up until 2010.
Wow.
I was like, let him train. He's a good kid.
I love it.
So oh, you're having trouble with money? Don't worry, just train. So I'd get all these guys, and they would stick with me because I would
Take care
make
of them.
them work and do stuff at the gym. And then Dana's next to me, got all these rich clients coming in one after another. And then it's like the way he had it cycled, he had his people that helped him. And I never thought anything of it. I was thinking, wait, what's he doing over there? I never understood it.
Yeah.
They did the same. They had like this routine. And then he would laugh at us because we would be like, what are you doing over there? And he was like, making money. What are you doing? I was like, I'm not making any money because maybe you should do what I'm doing.
You're like,
So-
not here anyway.
Then we realized that, these people all have money. I mean, he had like baseball players like
Wow.
Marty Cordova.
Okay.
Yeah, he had him. And I was like, wow, he's got all these rich athletes too.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, they would train with him too. And then that's how our relationship. But we had some cool stuff go down in that gym.
I bet.
That was really cool,
Yeah.
like memories that nobody else could get away with because
Right.
there's too many cameras now.
That part, exactly.
Yeah.
Are you and Dana still close?
Yeah. He's big time now. I'm still the guy trying to make money.
No. I wouldn't say so. Would you say coming up in like that rougher era kind of in the fight game is what has built you as the coach that you are today?
Yeah, because when
And
I
your
first
style.
opened my gym, I was thinking, I never thought of it as a business at the time.
Okay.
I was thinking, I need sparring partners.
Yep.
If I open a gym, I can find some sparring partners. Or I can train them and get them up to par so they can spar with me. This is all about then. And then, if you ever talk to Dewey, he'll tell you his side of the thing. But I used to be right next to a probation center.
Okay.
My little gym was right next to this probation for youth.
Okay.
And he had a friend that had to go there every month for the probation officer. And I'd see Dewey and his friends looking through the window. And then back then I had long hair and, kind of a Viking looking guy,
Uh-huh.
And I would see them looking in the window. And then I could see they wanted to come in, but they were like reluctant to come in.
Mm-hmm.
And then I had a day where we had open sparring to try to get people from around town to come and spar because that's how I get sparring.
Right.
So I had this invitation open and I had it on the door, open sparring every Wednesday night or whatever it was.
Yeah.
So Dewey and TJ was his name. TJ is a black belt in Taekwondo.
Okay.
He has a gym here in town called Two Dragons.
Okay.
And it was him and Dewey. They were like 17 or 18 at the time.
And had they already done their
And they've been training
before?
at a different gym, but they were like, this guy's crazy.
So this is how you and Dewey met.
This is how me and Dewey met.
Okay.
And then Dewey they had a friend that was a tough kid, and he was known to be tough. And they said, you go in. So they sent him in to spar.
Okay.
And I played with him and kind of beat him up a little bit, but played with him. And then when he came out, they were clowning on him. That old man played on you. And then Dewey was like, I think that's the guy I need to train with. But he was loyal to Eddie Flash Newman. He was training with Eddie Flash.
Okay.
And then also there was another Thai guy in town. I don't know. He was jumping back and forth between the two. But then Eddie called me and said, I want Dewey to train with you. I'm going to send him down.
Really?
And that was Eddie's a real good friend of mine. He was a gangster,
Mm-hmm.
I won't give out all the secrets, but Eddie was
We love a gangster. Love a gangster.
Eddie was like, nah, I'm going to send my boy to you so you can get him busy, you know. So then Dewey started training with me. And then
Awesome.
And then all I did was work his defense for like the first 6 months. I wouldn't even let him throw any punches, you know.
You're big on defense, right?
Yeah, big on defense. Yeah, I got knocked out once for no defense.
No more of that.
Yeah, so Dewey,
non-negotiable.
And Dewey started competing and winning, and then at his weight division, he had a lot. His true weight division was like 195. That was when he was at his best.
Okay.
And then when K1 came along, he was fighting in these K1s, but he was a small guy, so the way they did the judging was like a disadvantage to him because they were doing, if I hit you 5 times and I kick you once and move you, they give a fight to the guy that moved you.
Okay.
But really, you got hit 5 times before you even, did anything. You were able to even so that was, get off on that the kick. Problem with Dewey was Dewey was a 210 pounds, maybe 205, fighting these guys that are 275, so he's not moving them,
Yeah.
But he's cracking them, but they're not, they're big guys, so it's harder to move them, So he won a few, but some of the ones that he got robbed on, there was a lot of ones he got robbed on. I was like, could not believe that they gave the fight to these guys, But that's how we stayed in, and we fought all over. I took him all over the world to fight. So
he was a champion of yours, correct?
Yeah, he was champion. Yeah,
multi. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he won like a bunch of titles, but
yeah,
he fought in Croatia. He fought in Japan. He fought in China.
So when did you start making your way to Thailand? Because I know you got some.
So what happened in Thailand was that's interesting. Okay, so I fought one time in Japan, and then I met Rob Kamen.
Okay.
And Rob Kamen was like, nothing about leg kicks. I said, you're right. I was cocky and I didn't understand. I only had a couple kickboxing fights at the time. Okay. And I was cocky.
What weight did you compete at?
Like 178.
Okay.
And he was like, I could tell you didn't know anything about leg kicks. Because, I listened to the rules, but I thought, leg kicks ain't nothing. And after a few kicks, I was like, oh, that's something.
Oh, that hurt.
So
like that.
And then so after fight, I was like hurt feeling and everything. And this guy came up to me, Rob came in and said, hey, you come to Amsterdam, train with me, and I want to show you about leg kicks. You don't know nothing about leg kicks. So I said, yeah, when I heal up, I'll get out there. So I went to Amsterdam first, and then Rob helped me a little bit. And then while I was there, he told me, you should go try Thailand too. There's a camp there you might like. They box like you. They box a lot with their Muay Thai. That'll be good for you if you ever get a chance to go there. So after I came back from there and I saved some money up, I went to Thailand and I looked up this camp, Satsupapa, and Takun Pongsupa was, his father was the owner of the camp. And then so I became friends with Takun and I started training. I stayed there for quite a while.
I was going to say, you spent some time out there, right?
Yeah, I spent some time, yeah. I spent, I think when I closed the first time, I went out there in 1988. Mm-hmm. I stayed for like a year.
Okay.
And then I was just learning. And then I came back and went on a bodyguard tour for 3 years. So.
Bodyguard tour? You were a bodyguard?
Yeah.
To who? Can you say?
Have you ever heard of Gerardo Mejia?
Yeah.
Rico Suave?
Uh-huh.
So when Rico Suave was blowing up, I was a bouncer at a club. When I got back, I started bouncing at a club on the weekends. I worked construction during the week. And on the weekends, I worked as a bouncer. And one night I got in a fight in the club, and this big guy had me. He had me. I was breaking up a fight, and the guy turned and grabbed me. And he was big. And he had me, and he was going to headbutt me.
Oh, shit.
And when he headbutted me, I moved back, and his eye landed in my mouth, so I bit his eyebrow off. And he let go, and then I let him have it. But he did. If he wouldn't have headbutted
me, the eyebrow.
he would have probably beat my ass, because he was so strong.
Yeah.
But then he let go to grab his eye, and then I lit him up.
Nice.
But Gerardo was sitting at a table with, I don't know if you might not be old enough to remember. You remember that song "Summer Girls" by Dino? He was a DJ in Vegas for a long time. He was a friend of mine, but he got famous off this song called "Summer Girls."
Okay.
Well, he invited Gerardo to town. That was when Gerardo was doing that movie called Colors. Remember that movie Colors?
Yep.
And he hadn't blown up with the Rico Suave yet. It was all being lined out.
Right.
And then so Gerardo saw that and told Dino, I want that guy as my bodyguard. So Dino came and got me and introduced me to him. He goes, "What happened, man?" He thought I bit the guy's nose off. And then when he tells the story, he keeps telling everybody I bit his nose, but it wasn't his nose, it was his eyebrow. And then I just figured, I'm going to win. I'm going to win. So whatever I got to do to win in the street, I'm doing.
I know that's right.
And then Gerardo called me and he brought me out to L.A. and introduced me to his music people that he was doing stuff with, and I was just oblivious. I was just like a big guy. I show you a video of
yeah.
I'll send it to you.
Okay.
But he brought me out there and he said, "We're getting ready to do this video. I want you as my bodyguard." And I was like, "Oh, great." So I went out there a couple of times, and then all of a sudden, I think it was in 1990, he called me up, and I was in the middle of a big construction project, and I was saving money to go back to Thailand. And he called me up and said, "Hey, I just signed a record deal with Interscope Records." And I was like, "Oh, great, whatever that is."
Congrats.
And he said, "I'm going to need you to go on the road with me." I says, "Cool." And then I was like, "Well, what do I got to do?"
Yeah.
So all of a sudden, he flew me out to California, and I was staying with his family. And
how long were you on tour with him?
Off and on for 3 years.
Wow. Okay.
We go out for
good money.
Yeah, if I knew what I know now, I wouldn't have done it. But at the time, I was making $1,000 a week.
Okay.
And I thought that was great.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
back then, I'm sure it was.
I mean, it was good. But then I talked to some other bodyguards, and they were like, "Oh, that was pretty cheap."
Damn.
To be on the road, I was like, "Oh," they were like, "No, you should have doubled that." But anyway, I was like, it's a good experience.
Yeah,
anyway.
absolutely.
So, but I would go on the road, and then my first show, and you'll probably love this, but my first show that we showed up to was in, I think it was in León, Mexico.
Okay.
No, Monterrey, Mexico.
Beautiful.
And there was this girl looked about like you, dancing off to the side, spinning and doing some spins. And I was like, that girl's hot. I got to go talk to her. Like, I go down there and I start talking to her. And
you had to shoot your shot.
I had to shoot my shot.
Did you score?
I had the long flowing hair back then,
Yeah. Did you score?
And she was so nice. And
yeah.
Then I came back and Gerardo goes, "What were you doing, man?" I said, "That girl was hot. I had to go talk to her." He goes, "You know who that is?" I go, "No, I thought she's a dancer for your show." "No, she's not in my show." I go, "Oh." He's like, "Selena."
Oh my gosh, get out of here.
That is Selena. And I was like, "Selena? Who's Selena?" He goes, "We're opening for her." I said, "Oh,
you're lying right now. That's
you got to be
so
kidding
cool.
me." And I was like, all of a sudden they open up and the place went crazy. And I was like, "Oh shit, that's Selena."
You talked to Selena.
Yeah. And she was nice.
Yeah,
I didn't say anything
yeah, of course.
bad to her. I was just trying to,
well,
"Hey, where are you from?"
Hey, I would shoot my shot too.
Yeah. She was like so nice. And I was like, "Hey, maybe we'll talk later."
Yeah.
And then I came back and he told me who she was. And I was like, "Oh shit. I didn't even get her number."
Some things are better unknown, because had you known,
then,
you might not have done
she
it.
sang, and then I never seen her again after that.
That's a cool memory.
Yeah, so that was Gerardo. Gerardo will tell you that story,
I love that.
Yeah, so then I was on that road, and then we'd come back, and then I would work
Were you able to train at all on the road? Or
Oh
was
yeah,
that
yeah.
kinda hard?
I trained him on the road. I was like, if you're gonna,
if I'm working with you, we're gonna train.
If I'm gonna be on the road with you, you're gonna train. So I got him in shape.
I need a partner.
Yeah, if you've seen him in his videos, you'll see him cut up and ripped.
Yeah.
I mean, I had him doing kickboxing. I had him doing, my workout.
Yeah.
And then I was training him, and he was getting pretty decent.
Nice.
And I traveled everywhere with him. We went to, it's funny that this stuff just started happening with this thing over the weekend where they invaded
Venezuela.
Venezuela, yeah. He did a show in Venezuela back then, and when we were there was tanks on the street. Back then, it was dangerous.
Really?
Yeah, it was dangerous back then.
Wow.
So I was like, I was first thing I thought of.
Like a worldwide tour you did.
Yeah, he did Latin America.
Wow.
So we went to Ecuador, and I was in Ecuador for a long time.
Okay.
And Ecuador's got some great stories too. I almost got married to a girl in Ecuador. And if I would have known who she was, I probably would have married her.
Who was she?
Her father owned had something high in so when I was on the road, we met these ladies. And this girl used to come to every show just to see me.
Oh shit! Okay.
And her name was Natalia.
You were that guy in the back in the day, huh,
yeah,
Nick? You were that guy.
Yeah, he was Natalia. Her name was Natalia. And before we left, and we were there for 3 months, and I used to hang out with her all the time when I had free time.
Mm-hmm.
And when we left, she threw a big party, and it was at this house. And my friend said, "This party isn't for me. This party's for you." I go, "Really?" And he goes, "Yeah, this is Natalia's house." I go, "Wow.
Wow.
It's a mansion."
Well, damn.
Her dad was the head of Pepsi Cola.
Oh, okay.
There, so, and I was like, "Shit, we're leaving tomorrow." So if I would have known, then
you would have locked it in.
It was crazy, But I had my.
And this was in Venezuela?
No, that was in Ecuador.
Oh, Ecuador. Still, how crazy! He lives in Ecuador.
Yeah, and I just never knew how, because I remember we would go places and there would be guards, like when we pull in to her place, there'd be guards with shotguns at the gates,
Yeah.
And I was like, wow, this is cool. Everywhere we go, they got shotguns. This is the real South America.
Right. Like there's stuff you see in the movies.
Yeah. It was crazy over there. Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome.
And then I'd come back and then I would train.
Mm-hmm.
But we had a good time training in Ecuador too. So
we'd
train on the beach.
Did you get to go check out in all these different locations you went? Did you go check out different gyms and stuff?
No, because I was with him most of the time, and I had to be available. And they were trying to kidnap him there.
Really?
Yeah, they would try to, be very cautious of how we get to places because they didn't want, the guerrillas to block us off and then, take them.
Yeah.
It never happened, but we had a good team. And they were always in touch with me, what we were doing, how we were moving,
Yeah.
But yeah,
that makes sense.
So yeah, it was a good 3 years. And then in 93, his stardom started going down. So I was like, I guess it's time to go back to Vegas. But during Rico Suave, the first 2 years he was like Elvis.
Yeah.
Yeah. When we landed,
we
land in Ecuador, there would be people running on the tarmac.
No way.
Yeah, they would surround the plane, and it'd be like, it was like.
That's when you had to get into work mode, huh?
Yeah, that's what I was like. Wow, man, look at all these people.
You're like, you really do need me.
So he was so famous, and he was like an Elvis in Ecuador at that time.
That
never happened
so cool.
anywhere else, but Ecuador, he was the man.
Yeah. You were kind of surrounded by the ladies back in the day. You owned a strip club.
I understand.
Talk to me. We were talking a little bit about this earlier, but talk to me about your new project you got going on, music video, and how long have you even been into music?
Well, I've been in music since I was 10.
Oh, okay.
My dad was a guitar player.
Okay.
And I was a drummer in his band.
Oh shit!
Everybody used to come to see this 10-year-old playing, and then when I started getting a little older, my voice was changing.
Okay.
And then I started doing a lot of singing.
Mm-hmm.
And then I used to play on the weekends all the way up into my 20s. So
through training, you were doing training and music.
Yeah, training, because music was easy because I did music all through high school.
Yeah, it was kind of like your piece.
Yeah, and that's kind of like my getaway.
Yeah.
And I've written so many songs. You probably don't even know, but I had a record deal.
Really?
With D-Day Records.
Okay.
And I was getting ready to go drop dropped some music with Flow Rider about 10 years ago. 15, maybe it was
Flow
10
Rider?
or 15 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I had written.
Flow Rider, like apple bottom
Yeah,
jeans?
apple bottom
okay.
jeans.
Apple bottom jeans.
Yeah,
Boots
Flow Rider,
with
if
the
out there,
fur.
we still got some music. We got to let it out.
Yeah, let's go. Shout out to Flow Rider.
So Flow Rider, we did like 5 or 6 songs together, and we were getting ready to do a deal.
Wow.
And something happened where him and our guy didn't see eye to eye.
Mm.
So he left and went with Rick Ross, and then Apple Bottom Jeans came out. And then we couldn't release our stuff because he left.
Damn.
So he wouldn't release they put a
Did you dirty?
cease and, he didn't do me dirty. He did the right thing.
Okay.
Because he blew up and I'm still broke.
Stop. Okay. But let's talk about this project you got going on.
So I did a song. I wrote a lot of music. That's my like night side thing when I'm all calmed down.
Nice.
And then I'll write music. And I wrote a lot of songs back so how I started writing songs was I was tired of doing cover tunes. Mm-hmm. So I said, I'm not doing any more cover tunes. And then so I broke away from playing drums when I was about 25. I want to play no more.
Really?
Yeah. And you know how I got back into music? It's cool. It was UFC.
Really?
Yeah.
How so?
Chuck Liddell. I was working Chuck Liddell's corner in...
yes, you guys heard that right. This legend worked with another legend, Chuck Liddell. We're going to get into that.
I actually, I was working with Charlie Anzalone and Art Davey. And I said, I got this fighter for you. He's a wrestler, but he can kickbox. And so that's how I got Chuck into the UFC. Okay. And so he, somewhere in his beginning of his UFC fight when he fought Jeremy Horn, was in Mississippi, down in Gulfport, Mississippi. There was a place called, I think it was called Casino Gold or something. Mm-hmm. And so the crazy thing was there was a few guys that were Chuck's sponsors, and we were all there at this casino, and the casino's on the river, right? And they were having this talent contest. And so they entered me in this talent contest without me knowing. Oh, shit. And so we're all there. Everybody from the UFC, everybody's there. Mm-hmm. We're at this is after the fight. So we all show up at this place.
This is 90s, so UFC's barely popping off.
I think this is like 96, 97.
So barely, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was just writing at the time. I wasn't doing any music anywhere. Okay. I wasn't playing nowhere. I was just doing my thing. But Wayne Harriman went up and the contest was closed. No more entries. And then so Keith went up to the organizer and said, I want this guy in your contest. Oh, we already have. Now here's $500. He goes, he's open. Put him in. So he tipped the guy, and he put me in the contest, and I was the last one. He put 2 of us, me and Boss Boone. Okay. I mean, Boss.
What'd he do?
Boss Rutan.
Sing?
You ever heard Boss Rutan sing?
No, I don't think so.
You got to hear Boss Rutan sing. It sounds like Elvis.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Yeah. And he did an Elvis song.
I love it.
So it's him and I. Boss went up first, and then I went up last.
And you sang as well?
And we sang, yeah.
Okay.
And so that's how I got back into music. And everybody was screaming and yelling, and it was great. And I won the contest, and then do you remember what you sang? It was a writer. The deal was if you win the contest, you get a record deal in Nashville.
No way.
But I never signed that record deal. I went. It was the worst record deal ever. I went there and I met some high level people in Nashville. The guy named I forget his name right off the top. Leon Martin. And then Leon Martin was at the recording studio where I was testing me out, whatever they were doing. And then after I left, I was like looking at this in the lobby. I was looking at this record deal. Mm-hmm. I'm not signing this. And Leon Martin said, "You're a good man." And then I was like, "Who are you?" And he goes, "Oh, I just write songs." And I didn't realize he was a star in the 50s. Oh my gosh. And then so he goes, "Hey, yeah, if you want to come and demo some songs for me, I'd love it while you're here. I got a couple songs I want you to sing." Okay. And I said, "Sure." So I was like, I want to let's go see how this
Check it out.
songwriting thing works, you know? So I went and I sang some songs for him, and then he used those songs that I sang to get record deals for other people, to get other people to do the song. And he had somebody from, I did this old song that was so sad that he got it on the Grand Ole Opry.
Really?
Yeah, and he sold it at the Grand Ole. I mean, he got a guy from the Grand Ole Opry to do the song.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, that song sounds familiar. And then I was like, oh.
Wow, that's big. That's big. That's
yeah,
big time
and
right there.
so I became friends with Leon, and then he taught me how to write songs in my key and taught me how to play the guitar better, you know, to where I could write songs for me.
Mm-hmm.
And then he taught me how to write songs. And then him and I stayed friends, and he's probably like 85 now.
Okay.
Or close to that.
Yeah.
But he was a good man. We wrote a couple songs together, and he was like, those are yours, do whatever you want with them, you know.
I love it.
But it was good. But that's how I got into songwriting, was from the UFC in Nashville.
How funny.
And
How
then,
it all just kind of full circle
and then
moment
just kind of
for
full
you.
circle.
Yeah.
And then it went, you know, it was crazy because I was getting a lot of attention at the time in music. But then I had all this attention in guys
fight
wanting
game.
to train with me too. So so I had to figure it out, you know.
Yeah.
So I did. I figured it out. And then I would just plan everything with music on the weekends.
Okay.
And I would fly in real quick and fly out real quick.
Yeah.
I would have sessions set up and then do it and then leave. So
Nice. And now you got what's the song? Voodoo
okay,
Girl.
so there's a song I wrote like 23 years ago called Voodoo Woman,
Voodoo Woman.
which I played for you.
Yes. I have it on.
The new version is Draws You In.
Mm-hmm.
And I like that.
No, I like
And
it
the old
too.
version was kind of that mystic.
Yeah. Tell
like-
us the story about the woman.
So yeah, everybody knows Dewey Cooper.
Yep.
He's one of my
Another
fighters.
legend.
And when I was running the strip club, I made him work for me so I knew where he was at, so I could keep my eye on him.
That's
you know?
smart.
So I gave Dewey a job working for me, and then one night while we were working, girls followed me over from another club when I took over this club, and they would say, "Can I come work for you?" And so this one particular girl named Kim, if you're out there,
What's up,
Kim, I don't know, I forgot her
You
last
that
name.
girl. You were that
but
girl.
She was half Cambodian, half black.
Okay.
And it was like the look that kind of grabbed him, you know, he loved it. And when the song came on, she was dancing to, she slowly walked out on the stage in a gown, and just the walk out caught his attention, and he was staring, and he just kind of got lost in the moment. And I whispered to him, "That's the voodoo woman, boy. Don't go there. Stay away from her. She'll ruin you." And he was like, "Oh, she's so beautiful, bro." I go, "Stay away from her. That's a voodoo girl, man." Kind of reminded me of, like, you know, the South, you know, down in New Orleans, you know,
Okay.
the Creole type girl. You know?
I got you. Yep.
So he just kept staring, and she danced, and she had the perfect body, you know.
Yeah.
And then he went for it, and then he got everything I told him that was going to happen, you know.
Hey, some people got to learn on their own.
Yeah. That she definitely took him for a spin in his life, you know.
An experience.
Probably why he's as calm as he is now, you know.
I love it. I love it. And now we're making a music video for this one?
So we're gonna make a music video in the return of Kim. No, I'm just kidding.
Imagine.
No, so we're doing a music video at the end of the month and the beginning of next month, and we're gonna redo this song
Okay.
to the way that I did it now, and then see if we can get some life to it, you know.
Yeah. I mean, I liked what I heard. I'm
Yeah.
here for it. Yeah.
Yeah,
I can't
yeah.
wait to see the video.
Yeah, the video is gonna be awesome.
When are you doing that again? Filming?
February 1st.
Okay. Nice. So
And
coming
it's
up.
going to be at my friend's place. It's called La Unda,
Okay.
and we'll probably start about 7:00, and we're going to do that one and another one. But we've got everything already scheduled.
I love it.
So I'm leaving this weekend to go re-sing the
Oh, okay.
vocals. You know,
Where do you got to do that at?
I do it at LA.
Okay.
When I was working in music in LA, I was working with Devontae Swing. I don't know if you remember Jodeci.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I worked with them.
Jodeci.
Yeah, and I have Casey and you remember Casey and JoJo.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Casey's on a couple of songs of mine
Really?
as well.
Oh my gosh.
That, you know, we just never released that.
Mhm.
It just never came to, you know,
Yeah.
but it was ready to go at one time, and then things happened and life took place.
So how long, like when you do a video and things like that, like how long do you think till you're able to, till it's dropped, just so people can kind of keep an eye out for it?
Well, this particular one, I mean, it could drop right away, you know, after it's edited. I'm not going through any channels or anything. I'm just going to use social media and drop it on Facebook, drop it on.
You better make sure you send it to me. YouTube.
Yeah.
YouTube is the way to go.
Yeah, I sent it to a few people and just see if it can.
Yeah.
One of the videos I dropped a few years ago, I never even looked at it. I didn't really promote it or anything, and I just looked, and there was over 250,000 views.
No way.
And I was like, wow, I didn't know it did that good.
Okay, let's go. That's not even trying.
And I wasn't even trying.
Yeah.
I was like, how'd that happen?
I love it. I love it.
So I just used music. Music to me was just advice, but you know, training the fighters and everything is.
That was your heart.
You know, that's where my, you know, that's how I make. You know, when I decided to do the gym as a real business, so that's what keeps it going. You know, I don't want nothing slowing that down. Absolutely. And if I would have got a record deal with, or if I would have released a record, who knows where I'd be right now, because I probably wouldn't be opening this gym now. You know, who knows?
Yeah.
It could have blew up. It could have failed. It could have done a lot of things, you know?
Right.
So I'm just glad I stuck with the gym.
100%. I mean, you're a world-class trainer, you know? You've got over 25 world champions. And I'm talking, guys, beautiful resume. We got Ray Seffel, Chuck Liddell, Stephan Bonner, Phil Baroni, Dewey Cooper, Chitty and Anthony Jukwani. Like, come on.
Yeah, I had some boxing guys I worked with too. The Cuban Lover, Julio Garcia, the Cuban Lover.
Yeah.
And then also another Cuban fighter I worked with, Jorge Luis Gonzalez, you know, so.
It's not an easy task to do to build a champion, let alone 25. So I guess my question is, you know, what do all of these great fighters have in common behind the scenes? Because these guys have it, right? Not a lot of people can fight, train, learn to fight, and do pretty well, but they don't. Not everybody has it. These gentlemen have it, you know. So what is that it thing that all these fighters have in common? Would you say?
Well, the success I have with them is. You got to make them believe in themselves first, you know? And once they believe in themselves and believe what you're saying to them, that's hard to get. It's hard for someone to beat you. And, you know, sometimes when you go to a fight, right, and you need to have the right camp around you saying the right things to make you calm down, to make you to make you get settled in for that fight.
Important.
You got the wrong guy around hyping you up too much or too nervous or whatever it is, and he's feeding off your nerves or he's feeding off what you're doing. That's why I don't like girlfriends back in the dressing room. That's why I don't like parents back in the dressing room. I always tell my fighters, tell your girl to go to the fight, but don't see you before the fight. Stay away from you. You're in fight mode. You have to put yourself there, and then that's how you become the animal, you know?
Yep.
And, you know, one of the things I get on them all about is if you keep negativity around you before your fight, you're going to be negative when you get to the fight. You know, as far as like people you have around you. You have a bad girlfriend that likes to fight with you all the time, or a boyfriend. You need to tell that person, I'm going away to training camp so I can stay away from you. You know, we're in training camp now. They can fight with you after the fight.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So a few of those guys didn't believe. Dewey was one of them, even though he won his fight.
Yeah.
I would tell him no sex before the fight, no sex 4 weeks before the fight, 6 weeks before the fight, even for the girls. But it's not proven that helps. No, it does help because you're not focusing on what you need to do the next day. You're not focusing on your meals. You're not. How could you be focusing on something if you're focused on sex? So
I agree.
you need to put that out of your brain, whether it's chi or not.
That's that old school stuff.
Yeah, you might be thinking,
legit.
people might be thinking I'm talking about the chi, the inner chi. I'm not talking about it. I'm talking about this,
Okay.
your mental mind.
The
And
most
every
important
time something bad
tool.
happened in a bad fight with the guys, it's because they were with their girl. Anthony and Jokawani went through that one time in California. He had a big fight, and he had his girlfriend over the night before the fight. And I was pissed, and I told him, you should have her leave. And then he didn't understand what I was saying, and then he had a bad fight with Ben Henderson. So after that fight, he never did it again, and he had great fights after that. Yeah. Same thing with Dewey. Early in Dewey's career, same thing, Voodoo Woman.
Yep.
Went to California with him.
Now I'm just gonna like the girls that I'm gonna just call women Voodoo Women.
Yeah, the Voodoo Woman. The Voodoo Woman got Dewey the night before. He came back in the corner, even though he won the fight, but it was the most sloppiest fight he ever had.
Yeah, just wasn't really there.
He came back to the corner and going, Coach, I don't got no legs.
Oh shit,
my legs are gone.
From
I
the
said,
sex.
well, you're just gonna need it. You're just gonna need to box. Don't kick. You got through the fight, but it was a sloppy fight, and he knows it, and he'll tell you to this day. Ever since then, Dewey's never had sex 6 weeks before a fight, maybe even longer. But all it took was that first time for him to understand the legs go. I don't care about the testosterone or anything else.
1,000%.
All I care about is how your legs are going to feel the next day. So, most of the guys, and now those guys in the camp, when we're getting ready for fights, they're telling their fighters the same thing now. Like stuff that I used to ramble off to Dewey and stuff that I used to ramble off to Anthony. I hear them saying it the same way I told them to their fighters.
That's so funny. Is it so cool to see somebody like Dewey that you spent so much time with in his own fight career be such an amazing high level coach in himself as well?
Oh yeah, that's awesome. I see, and then the what's really humble about Dewey is he realized Timmy needed something a little extra. So he goes, I don't want you to go to another camp. I want you to go to Nick. And so he sent him to me for a certain area of expertise.
I love that.
And then, so I told Dewey, I'll work him this area, you work him this area, and then you got a complete fighter. We got an animal on our hands.
Exactly.
And ever since he did that, he's been on fire for the last 2 fights.
I love
and
just
he's
seeing
smashing
Timmy in there.
Wrestlers.
He belongs in there.
Yeah, he's smashing wrestlers, and he's hurting feelings out there. They're putting him in with top-notch guys. The last guy he fought was 12-0 or 12-1, and he smashed him easy. But that's also because of the mindset.
Yes.
And then what I'm saying to these guys while they're training, watching them fight with them, we're not looking at his strength. We're looking at his weakness, and expose certain things about their fighters. And that's what I used to do with Dewey all the time. Anthony, when Anthony went to Thailand and fought Andy Sauer, I told him, if you fight Muay Thai style, you're going to lose. He can fight you Muay Thai style. He's the type of guy you got to move on. Okay. Because he's thinking you're a Thai boxer, static fighter. You're going to be straight in front of him. And then it's not going to work for you. You need to get on your feet and move, box, and kick. Pick when you're going to do your Muay Thai. But you have to move on the guy or you're going to lose. Yeah. And you'll beat the brakes off of him if you do what I tell you. And then he believed in it, and so he did it, and he won spectacular, And
it worked.
Yeah. So.
Yep. Listen to your coaches.
Yeah.
Exactly. And it's so important, like you said, just believing in your fighters.
Yeah.
And they need to feel that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. They could I mean, you fought, right? So you.
And I've been on the end when I didn't have that. So that's why I get it when it's like it really does make such a difference. It could be so detrimental if it's otherwise.
So you like for instance, who your coach was. If that coach wasn't able to make it to your fight, did you feel empty? Yes. So that's what it is. So it's like some guys feel unbeatable when they have the right. Yeah. Camp.
I always said, like, when I was fighting and coming up, like, my corner, like, it's fighting is like life or death. I need the person behind me. I need to know has my back to the absolute fullest. Like, I trust them, and like, so when you go to a camp and you're putting your all into a camp, they need to be there, show up in all ways, shapes and forms, right? Yeah, very important.
Yeah, because some of the guys feel like, I know how I felt. Like I had a coach, Joe Salamone. When he wasn't in my corner, I thought I felt in trouble. I was like, oh shit, Joe's not here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When Joe was there, I felt like unbeatable.
Yeah, it really is something. That's why it's so important to find that person for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember my first coming up, I went 5-0, and I loved the coach I was with. This was when I was still back home in Utah. Shout out to David Castillo if you ever see this. But we were just had that, like I couldn't lose with him. And then my first fight without him, I lost. And then things got weird. And then that's when I ended up making my move to Vegas. But you really do feel it. You notice the difference when you don't have the certain people you need in your corner.
Yeah. So I feel like even, you've seen it happen with Phil Baroni, right?
Yeah.
Whatever's going on with him now. But anyway, you see Phil win 3 or 4 with me. And then get crazy and say, I need something else. And then go to AKA or whatever and then lose.
I've seen this with people I know here training with you and doing great and then switching things up and not doing well.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden it goes downhill.
Yeah, I've seen it. I've witnessed it with my own eyes.
Yeah, a buddy of mine, I wasn't going to train him no more. But a buddy of mine, Vinny, tells Phil one night, we were out, and I was still friends with him. And he goes, Vinny looked at him and said, isn't it funny how you never win no fights unless he's in your corner? Yeah, I need to train with him again.
Yeah.
And then he came back, got on a 3 or 4 fight winning streak, lost one and changed it up again.
Yeah.
And then I was like, that's it. I don't want to work with you no more.
I see your coaching like online and stuff, and it always looks so calm, it's not nothing ever crazy. Like it always looks, but it's so effective always. Yeah.
In the corner or coaching?
Coaching, like your pad holding and things like that.
Oh, yeah.
Looks, you're just like
effortless.
Exactly. Perfect word.
A lot of the guys say, doing pads with you is like having a fight.
Yes. Yeah.
And I was like,
for you, it's effortless, and they're over here like dying.
Yeah, but, because I think, from what the guys say is, I throw stuff at them as if something's coming, like what's coming in the fight.
Yeah. I see you throw kicks, you throw teeps, things like that.
Yeah, it's like I keep your mind thinking, I'm not trying to look like super pad holder here.
On defense, keeping them on defense.
All I'm doing is giving you the first part. I mean, I don't know if you ever see me work with Chidi. There's no number calling. It's you be ready to catch what he's throwing or you're going to get hit.
Yeah.
So,
I'm so
and then he's got to worry
see.
about what's coming back. So, and that's what gets him so sharp on the pads. It's the flow.
Right. And
my flow is like you got your hand down, you're going to get hit somewhere in between.
Yep.
And then you'll get hit once or twice and then you'll defend it. So
it's the best way to learn.
I don't have I have some routines, but hardly ever.
Yeah.
I always started off with whatever comes, and then whatever they throw, I'm going to try and catch. I'm going to try to read their body and figure out where they're coming with it, and then I can be there to catch it. So I think that's probably what a lot of guys like the most about my pad holding is I'm a flow guy.
Flow guy, yeah. Yep.
I'm in a flow.
A flow state.
Yeah, and I'm going to get into your rhythm, and then you can throw whatever you want to throw, and then I'm going to try and be there for you. And usually I'm there for you.
Yeah.
Every once in a while, and if you miss, be ready for what's coming next,
Right. Just like a fight.
Yeah, just like a fight. Yeah. So it's like if you're dragging your hand back, you're probably going to get kicked in the head,
Yep.
And I'm still fast at 62. I'm a fraction slower than I used to be.
Just a little bit.
But I keep them sharp by being quick and throwing things at them.
Yeah.
That's going to happen in the fight. And then usually when I'm holding pads, I'm trying to emulate who they're fighting to. Mm-hmm. So that way stuff's coming the same as it's going to come in the fight.
Yeah.
So that's an important part of it too, which a lot of people don't understand. I'm not going to hold the same way for everybody. Everyone's different.
Okay.
So
you kind of go with their
everybody
style.
flows different. Mm-hmm. And I'm not trying to teach everybody to fight the same. I'm trying to get styles.
Right.
So if you're,
I like that. You're not trying to change your fighters.
I'm not trying to change them. I'm trying to say, how would you fight me?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to hold for you how you could beat me.
Okay.
And then that's how I'll teach you to beat me.
Yeah.
And I want you to be better than me, you know.
Love it.
And then now Chidi's on a whole new level from when we first started.
Oh, yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Anthony, too.
Killing it.
Yeah.
So underrated, honestly. Like,
yeah.
I feel like not enough people are talking about him.
When Chidi's in shape and when he puts his mind to it and he really wants to win, you got a new dog on your hand.
He's nasty in there. He's scary. He's long.
And,
the Muay Thai.
He had a point where I want to try 185.
Mm-hmm.
Well, no, 170 is your division. You should put the extra work in and get there.
Yeah.
But there was times when he thought, well, I don't want to work that hard to get there. Let me go to 85. And then he realized how big they were at 85, and he felt like the small guy.
Which is crazy, thinking about Chi being the small guy.
When he fought Gregory,
mm-hmm.
After the fight, they were talking, and Chidi says, what do you come down from? Like 230, 240?
Oh, my
so
Lord.
Chidi was like, I can do that at 170. So,
yeah,
you know,
yeah,
he went on a terror at 170. It's just,
yeah, he's killing it.
When he puts his mind to it, you got a problem.
Yep.
And right now his mind's to it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So he's fighting in 6 weeks, and he's already on
that
it.
Mode.
You know? Yeah, he's already in fight mode. So,
love that.
Holding pads for him is not
not for the weak.
I make it look easy, but other guys tried to hold for him. I have one guy that held for him, one of my old champions.
Yeah.
Said, I'm going to come and help you start holding pads. I said, good hold for Chidi. And
start here. Let's see what you got.
After Chidi kicked him once or twice, he said, you can have him. and he had this big old bump on his arm, and you're talking through the pads.
Yeah.
And he said, this dude almost broke my arms holding pads.
Oh, my gosh.
I said, he kicks hard.
Pads.
He threw the pads.
Wow.
Incredible. Not too, I mean, people, his
I'm
brother.
I'm trying to get Chidi on here. We tell him you had a great time and to come in here.
Yeah, I'll tell
He says,
Chidi.
I don't do that stuff.
Oh, Chidi did?
Yeah.
Chidi's great at it. Don't let him fool you.
I know he would be great. So, go tell him.
The girls are all like his voice, you know?
Yeah, he's got the voice. I will say that.
Yeah. Come on, Chidi. Do our show. Come on.
Come on, Chidi. You heard your coach. Let's do it.
Yeah, do what I tell you.
That part. How does it feel to be like a living legend, still coaching? Or do you consider yourself that? I hope you do, because you are. I mean,
I never look at myself like that. I mean, I got an award once for.
You're the master. So I kind of have some stuff written down. You hold the Arjan master.
Arjan, yeah.
Master. Master instructor status in Muay Thai. Also been inducted into the Karate and Kickboxing Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Masters Hall of Fame inductee.
Yeah, for the Living Legend.
Recipient of Living Legend Award.
I'm just glad they didn't give me it when I was dead.
Right. You lived to talk about it in the corner.
Yeah.
No, that's amazing, though. I mean, this decades of contributions to the sport, to the game, to your fighters, to yourself.
Yeah, I never look at myself like that. I hear it sometimes, and I'm like, that's funny.
You know what's funny is I've known you forever, from back when I trained with Dewey. Like, I consider you a good friend of mine, always have. And I knew you were great and obviously amazing and a legend. But preparing for today, like I'm doing a deep dive, looking at all the amazing things you've done, and I'm like, wow, I'm about to have a living legend literally sitting across from me. Like, it's just it's so cool. I just try
to do.
You're the man, Nick. You're the man.
It's funny how, like Steve Cantwell.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I've talked to him a bit about getting him on as well.
Yeah, you got to get him on because funny stories. He'll probably tell them different to me, but his dad, when I had a gym over in the ghetto on Sahara and Lamb, I was there for like 5-6 years, and that was about 4,000 square feet.
Mm-hmm.
And I had an apartment. I was going through a divorce. My gym's outlasted two wives too, so I'm pretty sure they divorced me over the gym.
Probably.
Yeah,
that would make sense.
Pretty sure. The gym's outlasted them. So is my motorcycle. So, but Steve used to live. So I had an apartment built in there, and I lived in my gym for about 2 or 3 years. Nobody knew I lived in. Not too many people knew I lived in the gym. I had an apartment that was great upstairs. I'm a carpenter,
that's
so
it.
I
That's
built
what you need.
I built it myself. It was faux walls, and back then it was that big screen TV, and I built it so you couldn't see the back of the TV.
the big bulky back.
bulky
My grandparents
back.
had one. I know what you're talking about.
And then so I had that in the wall, and it was like the dim lights and everything. I mean, the place was awesome.
Little bachelor pad.
Yeah, and then my ex-wife was getting ready to leave town, and my son told me he wanted to stay with me, and I was like, shit, he can't stay in the gym. So I went and rented a condo.
Okay.
And then I was like, okay, I got that nice place. And then I put Steve's dad came down and said, this kid's getting in trouble in Pahrump. I need to drop him off somewhere. Yeah, let him stay in the gym. We'll make him train every day. So we put Steve in the gym. We made him train in the mornings, made him train in the afternoons and night. So he was training 3 times a day, so he was too tired. But then he was inviting certain people over because he had this nice pad upstairs where he was staying. And I was like, oh, this kid's getting too comfortable here. So I went and cut it in half. And made one side storage and the other side a little bunk bed.
That's too funny.
I took the nice bed out.
Took the luxury out.
Yeah, I took the luxury out of it. He came in because he used to go on the weekends to his parents. So over the weekend, I built this wall and storage unit, and then I cut his room in half. He had no room except to sleep. Instead of having his buddies over watching TV or whatever. Took the TV out, everything.
Damn.
All in a weekend.
Came back to no bachelor pad.
Yeah. And then that's how, so then Steve became the youngest world champion in WEC. Okay. And then he fought for WEC, and then he fought for UFC. And then he got to a point where he was like, Coach, I don't want to fight no more. And I said, well, you got to find something to do. He goes, yeah, what should I do? I go, well, what do you do good? He goes, I grow weed pretty good. I go, well, then grow some weed.
Is that what he's doing now? Because I know he has like
he has a big
a big farm. Yeah,
he has a big farm. He has a farm where he sells fruits and vegetables.
Yeah,
And then he also has the
because that's what I seen was the fruits and veggies. But I'm like, okay, now it makes sense.
he's ahead of the game when it comes to growing marijuana.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Wow.
I didn't understand it.
I gotta get him on.
I never understood it back then, and I was like, okay, do whatever you do good.
Yeah.
And I don't want you get hurt in there if your heart's not in.
Right, 100%.
And then he started growing, and then he was telling me about his operation, and he was telling me how he'd grow it, and then he'll probably tell you a little different, but just down to it. He goes,
a lot.
He was telling me what he uses to grow it. I said, is that chemicals? He goes, yeah. I go, oh, you're smoking drugs.
Now it ain't growing from the land.
I said, if you're using that to grow it, that's you got chemicals in your weed. Don't talk to me about that. And then he was like, he told me he went home and he thought about it, and he goes, damn, Coach is right again.
Damn.
If that's true, if it's in the soil, it's in the weed.
Yeah.
He goes, oh, I got to think of a different way. And so now he's like known for the best organic.
Really?
Yeah. Just because, how I dropped my knowledge on him.
Again,
and
how to do it to him.
I think it's the way I said it too. It's like, there's drugs in there.
I don't want it.
Hey, don't tell me about weed when you got drugs in it. I think the way I told him, it kind of like messed with his head.
Yeah. Yeah, then, your opinion matters. He's
like,
okay, I got to switch this shit up.
It challenged him.
In a good way.
To do something different. And he probably, it just kind of pushed him in a direction. It's probably what he wanted to do anyway. But it pushed him to do it faster.
Yeah.
And then he's like the best at it. Like people come from all over to ask him how he does it.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to get him on. I'd spoken to him like when I first started doing this because somebody had mentioned like you should get him on. And so I had reached out and he was super cool. He was like, yeah, I'm down. Let me know.
Oh, yeah, he's
We've
good.
lost touch.
Tell him.
I'll reach out again. Maybe I'll get him on this month.
Yeah, and not only that, I'm still probably mad at him for that. I still got to find this contract. So my secretary at the time, his wife, Quanine. I made her I made all the fighters at that time sign a contract saying no fraternization in the gym. And made him sign it.
And it's his wife now?
Yeah. But I made him sign it, and then I gave it to her to file. And then I never seen it again.
Oh, my goodness. She said, yeah, I'm going to shred that.
But they're still married. They got together from my gym, and
Right.
they're still married today.
Right on. Good for them. Yeah. I love it. I love it. Nick, this has been so great. I do have I want to hit you some fun fire questions, but I did want to bring something up really quick. So a friend of mine, you're really good friends with her dad. Do you know Nachi?
Yeah.
So his daughter Alicia.
I don't tell her we don't talk about Nachi.
She said real name Ignacio, but she had actually mentioned to me that you and her dad were friends a while ago. And then when she seen my post today, she's like, oh my God, it's my dad's best friend. Anyway, one of his questions was, explain how you got the name One Kick.
Oh, okay. So One Kick didn't come from the fight gym.
Okay.
The One Kick came from EJ. Do you know EJ? Samoan guy? EJ? Jack Croft and EJ.
Okay. Yes.
And another guy, we call him Tomato Mark Medcalf, I think his name is. There's three guys that were bouncers at a club. And I was, at the time I wasn't working at that. It was called the Shark Club. And Nachi was there as well. And they were all having a problem with this gangster Mexican guy who just got out of prison.
Okay.
And he had EJ and Jack had just been told if they hit anybody else, they were fired. And then I come walking up, and back then, I used to wear the parachute pants.
Okay.
And when I wore some flamboyant ones, boy, I looked like a WWF wrestler wearing I had boxing shoes on with them and everything.
Gosh.
I'll have to send you a picture of one of them.
Please
But,
do. That way I could put it on the show when I put this on.
I'll send it to you. So I was standing there listening to this guy run his mouth, and he was about his business. He had the teardrops falling down his face.
Okay.
He had the shorts that went to here, and then
the socks
there, and his kneecap showing, and he had his buddies around, and he was telling all the bouncers, he's pointing at all of them, daring them to
come.
But two of my friends that would have smashed him were like on probation at the club, and they were like managers. So they were like, so EJ walks up to me with Jack and says, "Go." Back then I was so fast. Back then they called me, the Flash.
Okay.
They would call me the Flash at the club. The guy's fast. He's flashy. And then so they go, "Hey, go flash that guy for me." And I was like, no problem. So I walked closer to him, and he looked at me and he was like, "What you gonna do, homeboy?" And I said, "This." Whop. And I kicked him, and he went out, and I got over the top of him and I smacked him 3 times. And then I laughed and walked away.
One kick.
Yeah.
One kick is all it took.
Yeah, and then I slapped him 3 times, and then his friend said, we got him. We'll take him away. And I laughed and I walked away, and I was like, oh, I'm probably kicked out of there now. So I left, and I didn't come back for like 2 or 3 weeks. And then all those guys, Nachi, all those guys came up, EJ, Jack, and Apple, and Nachi, and all them came up with One Kick.
I love it.
And then I came back to the club like 3 weeks later thinking they're not going to let me in, right? And I walk up, and they get on the radio, and EJ says, "Hey, Jack, One Kick's here." And I was like, "Who's One Kick?" And I'm looking around, and they're like, "You." I go, "Oh." And then he comes out, "Hey, One Kick, what's up?" And Nachi and all of them, "Hey, One Kick." They all came up with the One Kick.
I love it. One Kick Nick.
So I was like, and I hated it at first. It didn't make me sound like I only know one kick. So then it just stuck. And then it was crazy back then. No cell phones or anything, right? So, and they're talking about 1980.
You can get away with that shit back then.
That was 1988.
Yeah.
And then the cab drivers were the mouse back then. So they have cabs lined up, right?
Yeah.
So they would tell the cab drivers would tell each other. And then when they go drop somebody off somewhere, they would tell the other club, "You should have seen the fight tonight with One Kick." you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Everybody
so
knew
they go,
it.
who's one kick? You know, that guy, Nick Blomgren. Oh, yeah, that guy. Yeah, the bouncer over at a different club.
That's so funny.
So that's when they started calling me one kick.
Well,
so that's how that happened.
Shout out to Nachi
And
Alicia,
all those
my
guys.
girl. I love it. It's a good story. Thank you guys for asking. I love it. Okay, quick fire rapid questions before I get you out of here. All right. Favorite strike to teach?
My favorite strike to teach? Are you asking me what my favorite strike is or my favorite strike to teach?
Is that not the same?
Oh, no. So if it's me,
Okay.
I like the jump back kick.
Oh, okay. Okay. That's what you like to throw.
That's what I like to set up.
Okay. Okay.
That's
Nice.
my finisher.
Okay, I like it. And to teach, like, if you want it for your students, you're like, this is like you need to have this in your back pocket.
I like to teach the defense to go with their whatever arson they're throwing.
Yep.
So I like them to be clever.
Okay.
Not a certain strike, but a way to move so they can strike.
Hit and not get hit.
Right.
Most underrated skill in fighting?
The jab.
Ooh, I love that one. Great answer. I think it's the most important punch. I really do. Harder to coach, beginners or pros?
Pros.
Old school or new school MMA?
The thing about the old school MMA, they was saying they're not as good as they are now.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So new school.
Okay.
Because if they were new school, you see when you fight in some of these shows now, like what's the Masvidal's show?
Yeah.
The bare knuckle.
The bare knuckle MMA. Mm-hmm.
You see the guys, right? They don't throw as many punches now because they don't want to break their hands.
Right. Yep. Yeah.
So they're throwing more kicks and wrestling more, because they know when you're a smarter fighter, like the old MMA guys didn't know because they were just brawlers.
They were just fighting.
They were just fighting for their life, Now the guys know how to punch, and they know if I hit you in the head, I'm going to break my hand.
Yep, exactly.
So they fight smarter.
Yep. This one I think I know the answer, but defense or offense?
Defense makes a good offense.
That great answer. I love that. Your favorite era of fighting? Because you've seen them all. You've been here.
My favorite era is probably like 2000, I think 2005 to 2015.
Okay.
That was my favorite one where names were building and they didn't have as many guys as they'd have now. And now I can't even tell you who's who anymore.
Yeah.
But back then I kind of knew everybody.
Right. I like that.
Now I don't know anybody. Now when they get a fight, I go, who's that? And then I gotta
look
them up, and then I watch how they move, and then I go, oh, this is what you need to do to beat this guy.
There it is. There's
and
that
I don't even know
legendary
nothing
coach.
about the guy. I might have seen him fight, I might not have. There's too many now.
Right. No, there really is. It's a lot. All right, last one. First round or last round?
First round? Is that like saying I don't want to be first, but I don't want to be last?
What is there, in a fight, like whether it's you or something you're watching, which round do you prefer? Obviously the first round sometimes can be, filling out process.
Yeah, I like the fight to develop, so I'd have to say last round.
Me too. I'm the same. Yeah. I like to get to those dog rounds kind of.
Yeah. So that the fight develops.
Yep.
And then you can see what they're made of,
Yes, exactly. 100%.
Anybody can be tough for the first 2 minutes, right?
Yeah. No, that's true. Very true. Awesome. Well, that's all I have for you, Nick.
Oh, great.
This was awesome. I had the best time hearing all your stories. My cheeks hurt from smiling so much.
There's so many more.
Well, I mean, we could have talked. I could have kept going, honestly.
You could have done another segment.
I might have to have you on for a round two. Yeah. Maybe like a table talk with somebody.
You remember I had a podcast called The Final Round.
Okay.
But it was me and Stephan Bonner. But it was growing, but then he started getting crazy. So I was like, I'm done. And it was growing. It was getting ready to. Yeah. I didn't realize podcasts could be.
Oh yeah,
as good as
it's
they
growing.
Are now. And I was like, oh man, we were on like something because I had a podcast in the Palms Hotel.
Oh shit, that's dope.
And Mayweather's room that they made for Mayweather. We were using that room.
No way.
Yeah, we had it made. We were growing and Then Bonner started acting up, so I was like, I don't want no part of it.
Yeah.
Which
No.
I should have did was kicked him
Kick
out.
him out, kept doing your thing.
I just walked away. I was like,
Yeah.
you're being too crazy. I got to go.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, guys. Well, tell them where they can follow you on Instagram.
Instagram is just
One Kick.
One Kick or at One Kick's Gym.
Okay, perfect. And he's, like I said, keep an eye out, guys. He's got the new gym coming soon. That's coming maybe February, March area time frame. So keep an eye on that because it sounds like it's going to be awesome. We got a gym, auditorium, there's going to be fights, maybe some young MMA athletes coming into the mix. And also stay tuned for the Voodoo Woman video.
Yeah, that's going to be awesome.
Yeah, I can't wait for that. Thank you again so much, Nick.
welcome.
I had a great time.
Thank you.
All right, guys. This is In the Corner with Destiny McCubbin. Real fighters, real stories, real talk. We'll see you next round.